We'll first discuss about the cloud watch logs and how it has been how it's been configured, and some more concepts about CloudWatch, maybe CloudWatch metrics, alarms, and SNS. So these are the topic. Yesterday, I also already talked about what is CloudWatch log. So let's directly jump to the practicals or the hands-on. Well, you will by yourself experience the the use of CloudWatch log and how to configure it, right? But very quickly, in 1 minute, if I quickly want to summarize, it is something like this. You have multiple different servers running. Either server run on EC2 instance, and in this instance you configure your own server that is managed by you, or maybe you deploy your app in Elastic Beanstalk that is managed by AWS guys, as a platform, as a service, or maybe your instance would be your own premises. Okay, obviously everything is managed by you, and server also managed by you. So any of the scenario, okay, if you have the app or if you have a services, okay, we always want our services will will create a log, because log is the only way to troubleshoot. Okay, if some trouble happen, and why this issue is coming up, we don't know, guys, why it's coming up. So we always go back inside the log file, and they always help us to tell okay, what is the issue, and what part of the program is creating the issue. Okay, so log is the always the great way to troubleshoot. Plus log is also a great way if you want to analyze something, so accordingly you can plan for future resources, okay, or maybe some other thing. So most multiple thing, guys, I already talked about. But every uh, services generate their own log in their respective files. Even though if you start Windows or Linux or Mac, they also generate the log. So when you start the OS, it's called boot. They create a boot logs. When you do something on a system, for example, if you get a new account, they create a log. So mostly every activity that you do, every activity you do on the top of the OS, mostly they generate the log, or you can enhance the log or increase the log level or decrease the log level. There's different point, but almost every part of the OS, as a good practice, they generate the log. Okay, but if your requirement is if your requirement is you want to analyze the log, if you talk about the company perspective, there might be hundreds and thousands of systems. Going to every system, because log store in the local storage, so going to every instance and check what they to put, and accordingly we go and analyze, is might be very harder. And sometimes we have to analyze in together. I want to see how this system is is generate log, or maybe this may be my database system, and both the services connect together. So this is my front end, this is my back end, so I want to analyze both the logs together. Right, so because after analyze, I'll conclude something. Okay, for example, there might be possibility that your client is connecting, they hit to the web server say I can provide data, but data is there in the database, so I will go to database, retrieve the data, and provide to the client. So technically client just hit one time URL, but internally they connected to two different servers. Okay, but here web server also generate the log, and database server also generate the log. But maybe client experience some delay, and they say now this time my website is so delay getting the data. And as an IT guys, your duty is to go and check where the issue is. Okay, so in this case, if you don't know the issue is in the web server or issue in the databases or maybe issue in network devices, they also generate logs. So my IT guys will go and retrieve all the logs from web server, from databases, from networks, or maybe some other firewall devices, and then try to analyze all the logs to understand where we have the issue. So that's called complete view. They create, or one single plane of glass, that is known as in the market, one single plane of glass. They plane of glass or plane of view they create. So they analyze. So lots of things we have. Technically, my motto here, obviously, this we are not into purely into the log classes. Okay, finally my motto is I'm just trying to tell you who are here is that if whatever you want to do, it is if you store your log in some centralized computer or centralized logging server, it's called remote log server. So think for the IT guys or analysis guys or analytics guys would be very easily to manage, because not only one system logs enough. We have to collect all the log with respect to this particular app, and then we can analyze, we can join, we can understand the behavior and lots of other things we can do on the top of this. So this is again one of the use case of having the remote or centralized logging system. And there are a lot of product available in the market. My favorite product, no doubt, is Splunk. And because almost every company use Splunk, Splunk will do hundreds more things for you, but it's also one great product for log management. Okay, there's one of the duty of Splunk. There's a different point, but here we are talking more about log services by AWS Cloud. So in the CloudWatch is one service they have, and one of the part of the CloudWatch is the log management. Okay, so this is one of the topic for today. Okay, and in this topic, guys, I'm going to cover SNS also, and some CloudWatch alarm also, CloudWatch metrics also. So multiple things about the CloudWatch we are going to configure and see today. Okay, so let's go, guys, directly just go and build this setup. Okay, but before this, let me give you a very quick brief. So what I'm going to do, first of all, let me change my region. So I'm trying to go a region that will very clean, nothing is there as such. So I'm going to California as a region. Okay, nothing special, but I want to show you everything from very scratch. Okay, so what I'm plan is I'm going to launch one EC2 instances, and here I'm going to configure Apache web server. And you guys know whenever client hit to the Apache web server, okay, this server will generate log, and log is stored in some of the file. So typically, guys, in Apache web server, log is stored in a file called access_log. This is a file they use, and obviously file will be there in some of the folder. So typically they store in a folder called where log httpd, or it would be anywhere. Just for Apache server, this is the location they store the log. Okay, when the log create, whenever the client hit to this server. Okay, and where this file is, obviously this file is in the local hard disk. Okay, this is the till here. This is where we have Apache server. So right now, what I'm doing here, I'm just showing you very quickly the log is stored here, and then we will push this log to CloudWatch. Okay, so let me show you guys this still here. I think you know this already, but very quickly, let me go and create and launch an instance. And I'm launching the instance, guys. Due to some reason, I'm launching Amazon Linux 2. Why? What is the reason? In a minute, you come to know. So this is the instance I'm going to launch. You guys know how to launch it. So just one instance I'm launching right now. And nothing special. Just I'm giving the name called Web1. All right, I'm just allowing all traffic. So we focus more on the concept. I don't have a key in this region, so let me create a new key. So it's called my key in California. Okay, and that's all. Let me download the key so we can use maybe for login, and that's all. So this instance been launched. Yeah, it's launching. Now the plan would be something like this, right? Our plan is I want my log to be maintained locally. There's a different point, but I also want to send this log or push this log to CloudWatch log services. Okay, and for this, guys, what you have to do, okay, for this, what you have to do, okay, you have to ask web server, can you push this log to CloudWatch? Technically, web server has a capability. They have internal plugins or configuration file. We can directly put ask the web server by this conf file they can push. Okay, so the different point, right? But not all the server has a capability to push the log to some center's computer. And that is one of the reasons why this kind of product, maybe CloudWatch or Splunk or Nagios or whatever the tool we have, Datadog, what they do normally, they always create a program and they ask to put this program in the instance where you want to collect the log. Okay, so this program will go here and will ask the program to go to this particular file, wherever the file you want to collect the log. Okay, and that is the reason, guys, sometimes this program is also known as collector program. Okay, and this program will collect the log and keep on pushing the log or sending the log to the centralized servers. And this program is also known as the agent program, because on the behalf of this CloudWatch or this kind of services, they are the agent who duty is to collect something and provide to them. Okay, but the good thing about this kind of agent is because guys, log is such a thing, let's keep on coming, right? When the client hit, log come, client hit, log come. So log is like a real time. It's a real time. I can use the word stream. So it is not like a fixed data that you just created once, you collected once, and that's all. It's keep on going. Every time client connect, log create. Every time client connect, log create. So log is always a real time thing. So here I want a program in such a way that program has a capability to collect the log in the real time, and obviously send the program in the real time. And that is, guys, beauty of the CloudWatch log. They have a capability to collect the log in the real time, and that capability here is known as log stream. So log stream is the one who will provide this particular capability to you. Okay, so this is one thing. And so one more vocabulary here is CloudWatch can collect multiple logs from almost all locations from on premises, or maybe you can also do something like this. I have instance in GCP Cloud, Azure Cloud, and I can post the log here because they provide the agent. You just install the agent there, run the agent there, and that's all. so there's the one thing. So that is, guys, if you want to manage the things, that I want all the web server logs stored in different part of this CloudWatch, and other log server or logs will store in different part of this. So technically here we can create multiple folders. So one folder will collect logs or maintain the log or manage the log for web server. Okay, so something like this you can do. By chance here the folder is known as log group. So there's a two term I want to tell you. One is the log group and one is log stream. Log group, you can think it is like a folder just to manage the thing. Okay, and log stream is one program running inside the CloudWatch log. The duty is to collect the log in the real time, because log is the one who generate in real time. So there's two vocabulary you should know before we go for this practical. Okay, so let me guys show you how the thing works. So this is an instance I launched. Okay, and what happened? I don't have a connect button here. So this instance I launch. Let me click on connect and connect. So this is an instance. So what exactly I'm going to do here? I'm going to first configure Apache web server that you guys know how to configure. Very simple. So I just used a command called this one, httpd-y. It will install my software. Hundreds of times we have configured this. Okay. Then I go to this particular folder where I keep my web pages. I'm going to create my home page. Let me put home here. Okay, and let me create one more page. This is called Linux world.html. I'm putting LW, 2 pages I created here. Okay, and finally I have to start my services. So that's what, guys, my web server started. Okay, but right now, guys, none of the client has connected to this web server. So if you go to log file, guys, this is the location, guys, where this particular server store the log file, and the log file where they store the log is this one, access log. So right now, guys, this file is very much empty, right? So I don't have any log here. None of the client has yet connected. But as soon as one of the client connected, okay, my server get all the information, whatever they want to store, and they store in this file. So what I'm going to do, I have the IP with me. So I'll go back. And in this server, I have the IP. I click here. So I will be like a client, and I hit to this one, and let's say I want to open this file. Website come up. So I'm a client, but behind the scene they generate the log. So if you see, guys, here the log generated. Okay, and you guys see there's a lot of log here. Why? Because you guys now know my IP address. So somebody from their iPhone, they're using iPhone some 14 or this particular OS, and from the iPhone they use Safari browser. And at this point in time, and I know the IP of that guy from the iPhone is this one, and he opened my homepage, /mich homepage. Somebody also tried to open a different page. So somebody tried to open /Rahul as a page from their Windows by Firefox or something, or Chrome browser. Okay, so this is the file, guys. We if you guys see, the file size is this one. You guys see is keep on increasing, but because a lot of guys know the IP address, they keep on trying. Somebody also try to do DOS attack because they know the IP, this public IP, so they can do it. But by chance, Amazon has some internal facility by chance, and we also configure to rid of by this DOS attack. but you can see my log is keep on increasing. Okay, so if you want to see the log, either you can open the file, show you all the latest log, or because log is real time, so Linux command give you command line. So if you want to see some last log of 10 lines, you can use tell command. It will show you last 10 logs. For example, Rahul Kant also tried. Okay, or you can use tell-f is the one command in the Linux you guys might know. So, well, guys, if you think some file is keep on having the data, is keep on coming, and you want to see on the real time, rather than keep on, open this file again and again, you can use this command, and now is a real time. See here, I'm not touching in the real time. The log is is coming over here. Okay, so that's what is happening. So that's what. Okay, so if you guys also want to create a log for me, this is my IP address. Hit this IP address. Try to use some some file name randomly. Maybe let's say chris.html. This file not exist, but log created with 404 error. So I have a huge log. So because I have the huge log, so I can show you some more extra demos. So now, right now my file size is around this much KB. A lot of guys keep on hitting to my server. Okay. So now there's a very basic thing you guys know. Now point here is, okay, here web server is creating the log in their local file in local storage, and now we want my log to be real time sent to CloudWatch log. That's what our plan is. Okay, so for this, I'll go to CloudWatch, obviously. So it's just for CloudWatch. This one. I go to this service, and here, guys, you can see CloudWatch is a big name. Under this, they have multiple small services. One service called Alarm, one is the dashboard, one is log, metrics, event, and now they launch a lot more. Everything is doing something for you. Our focus here is about log. And in this particular region of California, I don't have any log group. Even though if you click here also here, I don't have any log group. Okay, log group, you can think it is something like a folder you can think of, right, to manage the log. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to create a log group. Give any name. It's good practice to give a log group a better name, but I'm giving a name called web log group. Okay, and you can plan for your retention period, because obviously, guys, your log is finally gonna store in in a CloudWatch storage, and they will charge you for the log storage also. So if you go for never expires, they will be there forever. But based upon the requirement, you can change your retention period of 1 day, 2 days, something like this. Okay, so after 30 days, your log will be removed or expired, or it will be removed, obviously. And if you want to get a next backup of this log before they retire, so you can, there's option, guys, here in the CloudWatch log to export the log in S3. So we can keep the data in S3. Now, where you want to put the S3, if you think the data is not so much useful, so you can go for different class type. Maybe you go for infrequent access type, or maybe you can go for Glacier or something like this. Okay, so that's for the policy and plan you can do. But here I'm just by chance going for by default option that's called never expire. Okay, and you can also encrypt your log with KMS key. So what is KMS? All the things you guys know. So this, guys, this is a way we just create a folder. It's called log group here. Okay, log group. A log group is just a way to manage the thing. But inside the log group, what you have to do, you have to create a log stream. Okay, obviously log stream one who will collect the log from the agent. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to create a log stream. Just give any name. So let's say this is my log stream. Okay, or let me use the name called web log stream. I'm just giving some name here. So that's the only thing, guys, you have to do over here. Okay, and right now the log stream we have created one log stream, and here I don't have any log. So they keep on loading on the real time, they keep on refreshing on the real time, but I don't have any log because nobody has sent the log here. Okay, so in this portal, this is the only thing you have to do. Okay, but now who will send the log? My web server. There you have to guys install the agent. Okay, so remaining part guys we have to do over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll go to my instance and here I have to install the agent. Okay, because guys this is the Amazon Linux. So by default guys they already configure yum, and in the yum they have the agent software available. But if you go to other instances or in local instances, you don't find the agent available, but agent is freely available. You can go to search in the Amazon document or Google and search for AWS CloudWatch log agent. You can go and download and install it. But here I can install it very quickly with the yum command, and log name here is agent name is called AWS log. This is the name agent, I think it's logs. So this is the agent name or the software name of the agent, I can say in this way. Okay. But this agent is available. You can go and download from the Amazon website for other OS. Okay, so that's all guys, agent downloaded, and this agent has their own configuration folder. Okay, and here they have two main file. So one file is about AWS CLI. Okay, so there's a file we have to configure, and what to tell. We tell here in which particular region CloudWatch log is working for you. Means I have to send my logs to which particular region. Okay, so in this file you have to tell the region name. Okay, or I know my CloudWatch right now is running in the California and region we know from here. I can copy this name, US West 1, or let me type here US West 1 is the region. Okay, so tell which region we have to send the log. So this file you have to configure this one. Okay, and plus also this file will tell you which plugin we are using. So I install CloudWatch log agent. It is also like work like a plugin, so we are going to use this plugin over here. So we don't have to change, but I just want to tell you this is also written here. Okay, so this file is configured. One more file I have to configure, that is what obviously you have to tell the agent. Okay, tell the agent that we have to send the log to this CloudWatch of California that I have said here, update here. Second thing we have to update here, in the CloudWatch we might have multiple groups and multiple log streams. Which one we have to send the log? Obviously guys, we have to tell right which folder you want to manage the log and who will going to receive your log in the log stream. So you have to tell the agent. And how? For this we have this file called AWS logs.config. In this file, we have to tell all our further requirements. Okay, and so if I open this file, it's a little bit big file, but if you go down, okay, there might be some by default examples also over here, right? So by default, they're saying if somebody use this agent, I will collect the log from this file and send. And guys, this is a by default file of Linux. Anybody know Linux? So this is the file in the Linux that contain all the system logs. But I don't want to send the log from this file. So my plan is to send the log, okay, from a different file. But before this, guys, there's a two option here that might be now familiar: log string name and log group name. Okay, so here you tell where is your log group name. Okay, which log group you want to send the log. And guys, we have already created log group, and the name of the log group is WebLG. So I want to send my log to WebLG group. Okay, a stream name. By default, guys, there's some internal keyword they have. So if you guys see anything curly braces, it means this is some of the internal keyword. Instance ID means, okay, they automatically detect the instance ID of my OS, and they dynamically create log stream with this instance. So it's a good way to manage, right? So we have 10,000 instances running, so every instance log will generate will be managed by different log streams. So that's what guys they use this keyword, and this keyword guys they get from the metadata server. We had discussed about metadata server by AWS. From there, they will retrieve your instance ID. So it's good practice to do, but here for my case, what I want to do here, because we already created web log stream LGLS. Let me check the name. This is the stream name we have created. So I'm putting this one. Okay, and here they say initial position means when this programmer start, they will start from the file, means what are the log they have till date. They will first push that log also, and after this they keep on doing on the real time. And guys, normally whenever you have the log, it's very pretty common thing. In the log, we always maintain the time. Obviously, we have to maintain, right? So when client hit the server, at which time, with which time zone they hit, we maintain everything. Okay. So guys, log file is a file that always maintain the time. It's called timestamp of every hit or every log, every record. Sometimes it's also known as event. So they maintain the timestamp of every event. Okay, and that is a reason, guys. The data that you have in the log file are also known as time series data. Okay, so you guys, you might have heard about the time series data. So log is one of the good example of time series data. Okay, so if you see in our log, where log httpd access log. Okay, so we have a time in something this kind of format. Okay, so we know, guys, this is the this is the time zone. This is a date, hours, minute, and year. Okay, but before we send this data or this information to to the CloudWatch, if you want to reformat this time, okay, so that's what, guys, it is written in this file. So they say we will reformat and we will send the time in this format. Why? There's nothing great reason, but sometimes the tool where you're sending your log, they might understand particular format. Okay, or you don't want to send everything. You just want to send hour, month, and second, or maybe some more things. So these are the keyword. What part of the time you want to send? Again, you want to know more about this keyword in the file. They explain everything. What is the meaning of M? What is the meaning of H? R in 24-hour format, year, century, right? So they update everything. What format? What is the meaning of these keywords? Okay, so that's all. And now, last thing is which file you want to send in the log. So in my case, I want to send this particular file. Means not this file. I want my agent gonna read this file, this particular file. That's what the plan is. So for this, I'll go open and update my file name. So which file we would like to send in the log? This one. Okay. So guys, this is one block we have created. Like this, we can create hundreds of blocks because you might have logs and hundreds of files. So we can create one more block like this where we give other file name, then other file name. And because we can create multiple file blocks, so it's good practice give every block a name. Okay, you can give any name. So let me give the name ABC. It's just for Intel management. So you can give any block a name. Let's say this is web block name. But it's good practice is whatever file name you have, give your block name with the same name. Okay, because file name is always unique. So name would be always going to unique, but it is just a block name just for your local management. Okay, so this is how you configure your agent. Okay, configure your agent and save. And also, guys, if this agent is a program we have to run, and by chance, guys, here program come with services. So here the service name for the agent is AWS log SDIP. So this is the service name we have. By chance, guys, in this file they given you the wrong name. In this file they also give you a service name, so they was not updated. So if you open this file, so in this file also they tell you which service to run. I think they given us the wrong name. So here they give the service name called log s, but it's not log s, it's log sd, I believe. So service name means how you start or restart your program or agent. This is the service name to use. That's all. Your log service start, and we obviously, guys, you to make your service permanent. So after a system reboot, your log server, agent won't stop. Okay. So this enable command you can use here. So that's what, guys, your services is started. So that's the only thing you do. Now, what this program will do, so this program is running behind the scene, and whenever any new log gonna come up, they automatically detect the log, and the real time is real time. They keep on syncing the log to the CloudWatch. It means right now, what a log I had or will come, you will see in the CloudWatch. Okay, so I'm going to my CloudWatch again, and if I go here, okay, if I again go to CloudWatch, and if I go to log group again, there's a group we created. Inside the group, we have this log stream. And now if I go to my log stream, okay, what you will see the log, but it is not come yet. Okay, it should come, right? Because it's alive. Why it's not come? Technically, we don't know. Most probably the reason might be from the agent side. So let's see why the issue is. Okay, so let's go and check the agent side. Guys, again, we have issue. It's called trouble. And the best way to troubleshoot is the log file. So agent also have their own personal log file. So what agent is doing behind the scene, they create their own log. So what I'm going to do, I go to where log folder, the same folder, and here you find lots of file. Okay, so there's a file for your local mails or your local system logs or your kernel messages, something like this. But here we have one file. This one is agent file, and if you open this file, you will see why the log is not being synced with the remote system. Okay, so I hit enter. Okay, and they say cannot pass this message. And if you go up is a big long file. Here, guys, they're trying to tell we have some error in pushing the log. Okay, and this error is because of credentials. So the log file is very clear. They say we're trying to push this log, and guys, understand one thing, very independent thing I'm talking about here. A lot of guys just keep on asking me, but nowadays, guys, it has become very much a industry standard. So whenever we have this kind of program, especially in the cloud or in this world, they almost use Python. So that's it, guys. Reason suddenly we have a huge demand of Python come in the market. Okay, and that is the thing, guys. In Earth, we are focusing more and more in the yes, definitely we'll go for other languages also like Scala or other language also, but Python is very much nowadays a kind of global standard language in the market. Okay, there's a different point, but yeah, the error was because of unable to locate the credential. Okay, so why? So you guys know the answer, but from the log we get the hint and the idea why this is not working. And reason is simple, because credential means permission and power, and you guys know EC2 is a different service. Okay, a CloudWatch is a different service, and you want one service want to do something on other service, and what they do, they have to send the log here and put the log here. Okay, so here the role of rule concept come in play. So again, guys, I'm talking about IAM role, and we discussed this topic multiple times. Okay, so we have to create a role that gives some extra permission and policy to this EC2 services. Okay, and what permission I have to provide here? I have to provide that any EC2 instances want to write something is like a read write power on CloudWatch, especially the log part of the CloudWatch. So I want to allow this. So this kind of policy we have to create. Okay, and guys, when you create a policy and if you want to attach the policy to the instances or to some other services, then we have to put this policy in the role. That's called IAM role. Okay, so let me very quickly go to IAM service. Okay, and let me do this thing again. I've seen this topic already in detail, but again, it will be a quick revision for you. So I'm going to IAM service. And here what we have to do, we have to create a role. We can give a role a name. So here what we have to do, we have a service called EC2. Okay, this service we have. Okay, I want this service next. has some power on CloudWatch. Okay, so you can search for CloudWatch. Okay, and CloudWatch, guys, again, we have multiple sub-service CloudWatch. Here we are talking much about logs. These are policies they are already created, or we can create our own. But by looking at the policy, it's very clear. This is the one of the policy that might help you. So in the CloudWatch log, I want a full access, means I can also read and write. So it's not better practice to give this kind of full access for security perspective, because you don't want to do some more things, right? You just want to write and read. But just for to save our time right now, how to create your own policy we discuss in IAM classes, but I'm picking this one that will help us. Okay, and you can give some name here, tag. Here you can give the role name. So I can say EC2 CloudWatch log allow all something, some name I have given here. Okay, and finally create. So role has been created. And what is use of the role? Role, guys, we always attach to the services. So EC2 is one service, or maybe Beanstalk is one service, Lambda is one service. So I can ask my EC2 service that I'm giving some extra power, and how to give power to this EC2 instance by attaching the role, how you can go to action and security and modify a role here. Okay, this part you again know. So here I am going to attach a role. So which one? EC2 CloudWatch allow all. This is the one we had created and we attached. So now this EC2 instance come up with some extra power. Extra power. Okay, that's power we need. And now, because my program is already failed, because of the credential. So they keep on running in the background, or maybe I can restart program so they can quickly start and restart with the latest thing. Okay, so again restart, and now what you see this time? Last time the last message was a credential issue. But again, if you read this file again, this is the guide log file of my agent. If you read this file, so in the last, you will see there's no SS error come up. There's a different point, but there's no error SS come up, and they trying to tell you they have a last event, means a log, and they are sending the log to a group, this log stream, and so technically this message normally mean to say it look like thing is working for us. Okay, so it look like it means my system has sent the log to the CloudWatch log. Right, to confirm, let's go and see here. This is my cloud group. This is my log stream. And now you can see one more difference here. Last time the last event time was null, but now it is stored. So technically they're talking about, okay, they're talking about, even though if I refresh, okay, they're talking about whenever the last recorded the log, this is the time when the last event occur. Event means when the last record of the log come up. It means finally the log come up. That's the meaning of this point. Okay, so so this one thing, and if I go to log, this one, you can see now all the log come up. Guys, whatever whatever you write here, okay, everything, all the logs gonna come up here. Okay, for example, somebody write wiki HTML. So if I click here, this is the exactly same log whatever we have in the file. So we found the IP of wiki with the timestamp, which file he accessed, and all the things. Because he tried to access this file not exists. So 4004 error come up, digital byte transfer, and he might use curl as a command to to do things. Okay, so entire log gonna come. Okay, now point, guys, here is now the whatever we wanted here is done. Okay, but why we want this log to be stored here? One of the reason might be backup. But obviously, guys, if you want to do a backup, there might be some better solution for the backup. But why you want to use CloudWatch? What extra facility CloudWatch is providing to you? That is important to know. Okay, one of the facility by chance CloudWatch log provide you. So now every log is been centralized. Okay, so what can you do? You can select your group name, and in the action there's option called export to S3. Okay, so this is one of the great things they provide. So time to time, guys, you can export your log to S3, and you guys know the use of X3. So if there, and that's what, guys, I was talking about yesterday. Okay, so S3 normally we use for data lake, right? So if you come to think now, this log we need for further analysis, okay, by Athena or some other tool that we used yesterday. So we will export this guy to S3. S3 will be data lake, our raw data, and Athena or Glue we're gonna use to analyze. So what Athena and Glue we had discussed already in detail, somehow in detail yesterday. Okay, so this is one thing they provide to you here. Second extra interesting benefit they provide you here is they provide you here is uh, uh, let me do one more thing by the meantime, just to show you this demo also as we can also do, but very quickly let me also open my S3. Okay, and what I'm doing here, let me also export data to S3. So here guys you can give the your stream prefix, any prefix you want to add. There's also option guys to send the other account. So if you want to send the data to other S3 account of AWS, you can send also there. But right now I'm sending to my S3. Guys, this is the one of the folder we had created yesterday, AWS class Athena. So this is a folder I'm using right now to send the log there. Okay, they will create a bucket prefix if you want to add stream prefix, for example, my log. So the extra prefix means they add extra in the file and folder name and export. So from here they start exporting. They fail. That's what I want to show you here. Okay, they fail, and why they fail? I just want guys you try to do it by yourself. Why fail? Hint is permission, right? CloudWatch is a different service, S3 different service. We have to provide a permission, or obviously here maybe a rule might help you or not. Just go and try by yourself. So pretty simple thing to export, but you have to add some extra permission. Okay, but let's come to main point here. Main point over here is this particular CloudWatch log. So why we are storing the log? One of the very interesting reason is, right, one of the very interesting reason is, okay, CloudWatch as a base, as a base, is if you talk about as such only a CloudWatch. Okay, so base core concept of the CloudWatch is metrics or metric. Okay, so this service is mainly based on the concept of metrics. Okay, and by looking at the metrics, they have a capability to alarm. Okay, what I mean by this. So for the guys, we have to first explain you some other concept of CloudWatch, and again I come back to this service again to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking more about alarm, and I want to talk more about metrics. Okay, so let me first explain you this concept. Okay, and then we again come back. Intention here is I'm trying to explain you why I want my log to be stored here, because I can store my log in some NFS also or my some other stores also. But what extra benefit CloudWatch log gonna give us? Okay, to storing the log here. So for this, you have to understand first metrics concepts and the alarm concept of the CloudWatch, and this is actually based of the CloudWatch. Otherwise, other services like event or service lines, these are some of the new concepts they added on the CloudWatch. Okay, but the core is metrics and the alarms of as a CloudWatch as a service. Okay, so what I mean by this, so you know what happened whenever let's talk about more about EC2. Okay, so whenever from the EC2, if you launch an instance, let's say launch an instance called Web OS. Okay, and you guys know when you launch the instance, they will provide you the hardware. They also help you to install the OS obviously with the help of AMI. Okay, so that EC2 service will do, but technically they provide the RAM and CPU, all the things. Okay, and how they provide, actually mostly they use virtualization technology. They have some kind of hypervisor, and then they have some real hardware. So it is something like this. This is your base Windows. On the top of they have the hypervisor like VirtualBox. Maybe they are using Zen hypervisor. There's a different point. And the top of this, they give you some some virtual hardware, so like virtual RAM, virtual CPU, something like that. There's a different point. But technically, they provide the hardware to you, or they know how much hardware, or technically it's called resources you used. Who use your OS? And guys, in the OS, who use your resources? Your program. Your program. But technically, your hardware as such never know which program use the resources. They know in totality 5% CPU use, 10-20% RAM use, this much network use. Okay. And who used OS, and in the OS maybe you run 10 program, 100 program, or no program. So as a hardware, they never know how much resources which program use. Only OS is the one who know internally. But as a hardware perspective, or anybody who provide the hardware, for example, hypervisor like Zen or something, they know how much resources your OS used. Okay, so that is the reason, guys. If you launch any instances, like example, if you go to EC2 again, and not EC2, okay, almost all the services where you guys getting the resources from AWS, maybe Beanstalk or something like this, everybody will help you and tell you the details about. So guys, this instance we launched, and if you see the detail, and there's option called monitoring. Okay, and in this monitoring tab, okay, what you will see, okay, Amazon is trying to tell you, they say I provide some hardware resources, and on the top of my hardware and resources, you are utilizing 5% CPU, you're utilizing this much network, you're utilizing that much storage, this much IO you're doing, right and right, read. Okay, by chance, due to some technical reason, they won't able to tell you about the RAM by chance. Okay, there's some technical reason of this, but we have way to get information on RAM also. Okay, but by chance they don't provide you, and as such, none of the hypervisor provide you in the market. But they have some extra program for this, so I'm not going to discuss right now. Maybe if you want, we'll discuss in the future. But almost all the hardware resources, network, IO, CPU, and other things, they will tell you. Okay, so guys, this concept is known as, so we have a program actually, or there's some kind of program who helping you to update about that I am a program, and my duty is to keep on monitoring the resources used by your OS and all the program of the OS. Okay, so I have a capability to tell you something about CPU utilization. I have a capability to tell you something on network in or out. I will have a capability to tell you about a block, means hard disk and input and output. Okay, and this capability that I have, we have given the name called metrics. So I know the metric of CPU, I know the metric of network, I know the metric of block, hard disk, and something like this. But who we monitor? Obviously, we need a program. And here the program name is called CloudWatch. So CloudWatch say I'm the cloud, I'm watching and I'm monitoring all the resources what I've provided to you. But only thing that I can watch and I can monitor, that is my metrics. Okay, and that's why, guys, normally, guys, in all the services, in the details, you might have the monitoring tab, and in the monitoring tab, what normally you can see in the monitoring tab, you can see this kind of pages. So guys, here they show you CPU utilization, and they also give you a beautiful graph here. Okay, status fail, all the things, network packet in and out, hard disk read and write. Obviously, this is a very new OS we have launched, so you won't see much data here. Okay, much data here, but you will see at least a good data, because last 20-30 minutes we have launched this. So they say suddenly we have a more CPU used, then slow down again more. Maybe why they have more that point in time CPU use, because the time I started my web server, a lot of guys hit my web server, a lot of program use CPU use. So maybe that time there's a certain spike in the CPU utilization. But from where this information come from? Somebody monitoring, who is monitoring? CloudWatch. And after CloudWatch monitor, they give you the information in different names, like CPU or network or block. So multiple metrics they watch. By chance, they don't have any information about RAM, memory, but we have a way to get it. There's a different point, but that's the way. And by chance, guys, here they show you, I am showing you this graph of visuals of last 1 hour. You can also click, they show you the visual last 3 hours. Okay, so you can change the time, or you can refresh also. Okay, all this. But by chance, guys, here this is the free service actually right now, and here by chance they monitor every 5 minutes. So you see, guys, here every 5 minutes they monitor. It's a refresh time actually. It's not visible here, but internally they monitor every 5 minutes. But if you want to monitor less than 5 minutes, like 1 minute, you have to pay extra. Okay, so CloudWatch will charge you extra. In the free account, I think there's called detail monitoring. Okay, so if you enable data monitoring, they start charging extra, but I think some they will monitor graph within a 1 minute period also. Okay, so obviously, guys, if you monitor more detail, means quicker you monitor, better you will get a information. Faster you get the information, and faster you get the information, faster you can take a decision. Okay, maybe some sudden attack happen. After 5 minutes, you come to know some attack happens, might more be useful for you. So you can go for detail monitoring, it will charge you, but I think in free account there has some 5 or 10 detail monitoring free, but you can just go and check in the free tier how much they give you free. Okay, that's not the main thing. The main thing here is mostly all the services come with this facility of 1 minute facility of monitoring. But behind this, guys, CloudWatch is the one who working for you. So now come to main point. Main point, guys, here CloudWatch monitor for particular things, and that is called metrics, and it's per service basis. Obviously, guys, if you CloudWatch want to monitor EBS, might not be there is so much meaning of CPU because they are more about storage. So in the EBS, they want to focus more about storage respective things. So storage respective metrics. Okay, so almost all the metrics that CloudWatch is monitoring per services wise. So CloudWatch monitor per service by EC2 is a different service, EBS is a different service, ELB is a different service. So every service wise they have their own metrics, and this metrics is created by themselves. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So for this, what I can do, I can go to CloudWatch and this tab here called metrics. Okay. And here, guys, you will see right now in this current point in time in the California, I'm the California here. So also see, guys, here I'm the California. Okay. In the California, right now they are monitoring 17 different metrics in EC2. And this was not there actually. So as soon as you start the EC2 instance, or EBS also start behind the scene. Okay. And CloudWatch automate start monitoring. And as soon as they start monitoring, okay, actually they store all the information here. But by chance, this portal, guys, is retrieving from there and trying to show you this graph. Okay. But technically, information they store here. And what they're showing you? They're showing you that we are monitoring 9 different metrics of EBS service or 17 different metrics of EC2 in this point in time. Okay, but there's no ELB, there's no Elastic Beans because Elastic Beans and ELB is not there in the California right now. But if you launch Elastic Beans and ELB, whatever the CloudWatch monitor for them, those will automatically pop up here. There's a small point to be noted. But if I click on EC2, what you will see here, okay, so here they maintain their metrics per instance basis. Okay, so they say all the metrics of all the instances we are maintaining here. So right now I have only one instance running, but if you have 10 instances running, so all the instances metrics, they will store in this box. Okay, and if I click here the guys they talk about, so they say we are monitoring the instance called web1, this instance ID. If you guys see here, so my instance name is this one with this ID. Okay. Okay, and what we are monitoring, these are the metrics name we are monitoring. Metrics name we are monitoring here. Okay, this is called check field system, check field instances. Okay, CPU credit, network packet in and out, CPU. Obviously, there's no about RAM, but other metrics they have like CPU utilization. Okay, they maintain everything. Very one more interesting metric, guys. I just wanted to tell you for your information. Whenever, guys, you launch H2 instances over here. Okay, 1 minute. Where is the page? Yeah. So, guys, here there's option called status check. We always see 2 by 2. So, what is the meaning of this 2 by 2 always? Okay. So, before, guys, AWS give you any instances to you to use, okay, they check 2 things. One is system check and one is instance check. Okay. So, what they do in the system check, they will check your hardware. So AWS will provide the hardware. By chance they are virtual, but they provide hardware, CPU, and resources. Before they provide you, they check. They might have some automation script. They check, and if they think everything working good, then only they provide to you. And they also check the instance, something about it, like instant network connectivity, instance, what OS they provide with their patches or something like this. They check those things also. And after both the check done, then only they provide you instance to be used, and then 2x2 check come. Okay. But who will provide the hardware resources? AWS. So this is the hardware. Maybe some on the fly, my hardware goes down. Or could fail maybe. And in this case, it failed, right? Nothing happened, right? Because AWS give you a guarantee of some availability and durability of 99%, but there's 0.01% chance that they say hardware fail, I can't do anything. Okay, so there you have to plan yourself. You say if your instance fail, is instance failure planning. If your instance fail, so what to do? Either keep on checking here 2x2, or here we can take the help of metrics. So there's a metrics, guys. They keep on checking about instance status and system status. Okay, and the name of the metrics who keep on checking about this guy is this one. System failed, system, and this one. These two metrics are checking about. Okay, so we can ask CloudWatch, and this is the one of the use of CloudWatch is, so why CloudWatch is monitoring. Okay, one of the reason is I can tell my CloudWatch to keep on monitoring my CPU, my instance fail. Okay, and help me for one thing. What help me? I'm asking you. So whenever my instance fail, okay, how you come to instance fail? Because of your metrics that you're monitoring or you're just checking. If instance fail, notify me. How? Maybe with SMS, or maybe sending the email, or maybe do some automation. So instance fail, again do one thing, run some automation script or some AWS command and launch one new instance with the same kind of copy and data. But just help me to notify. That's what I want. So this is, guys, one of the duty of the CloudWatch. Okay, so CloudWatch, why are they monitoring your metrics? So something happened from the metrics, and from this information they come to know what happened, and then I can take the help of CloudWatch, and then I have to tell the CloudWatch if this thing happened, okay, notify me. Yeah, this is the exact same concept we use in auto scaling group. We discuss auto scaling group. So we launched 2 instances, and we asked in the auto scaling group if both the instances using more than 80% CPU, launch one more. So who is monitoring 80%? CloudWatch. How? With the metrics. Which metrics? Some of the metrics may be CPU utilization. So CPU utilization. Okay. And here, and we'll ask the CloudWatch to keep on monitoring, and if you find more than 80%, okay, and do something for me, right? And how you do something? You have to create an alarm. Okay, this is called CloudWatch alarm. So that's what here you will see the page, CloudWatch alarm. Okay, so we'll ask CloudWatch to give a monitoring, and something happen. What I'm looking for here, maybe have thousands of metrics, 1,000 instances. I don't have to worry about anything. But as soon as you find something that I'm looking for, like something CPU go about 80%, network traffic go about this much, throughput, or if my instance fail, or maybe guys you have some credit card attached to your account. If my users in my free tier might by chance go about $10, there's option, guys, here in the alarm called billing. My bill go about $10. In any of the cases, create the alarm, buzz the alarm. And what alarm will do? Alarm will notify. How? With SMS email. Okay, so guys, here the role of CloudWatch alarm coming in. But you can only alarm if you know something happened. And how you know something? Here CloudWatch metrics is going to help you. So CloudWatch metrics say I am keep on monitoring, so I know what is going on in the real time. Because I know what is going on in the real time, then I can help you to do alarm. So I'm like an eye, and if I watch something in front of me, the one that you don't like, I will buzz, I'll alarm. And to whom I alarm, I will send SMS to you. Okay, but if you ask CloudWatch, do you know how to send SMS? They say, I don't know. Or how to notify you. I know how to notify, but for notification, you want to send SMS, email. Do you know how to send SMS, email? Answer is no. And there's a reason, guys, we have a different service for this. It's called SNS, simple notification service. So we can attach the alarm service with SNS, and we tell the alarm whenever you buzz the alarm, contact to the service. As the service, they will help you to send SMS and emails, whatever you want to do over there. So this way, guys, it actually connect behind the scene. And that's what, guys, we'll see here in a minute. Okay, so this one thing. Second thing here is these are the metrics, and by some they show you very beautiful graph here, simple and beautiful graph here, useful graph here. So if you want to create a graph, okay, something versus time. I see that in the bottom and x-axis we have a time, in y-axis we have a count, right? So what I mean by this, so if you want to create a graph, something like this, I want to check. For example, this is one, this second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. This day, how much CPU used? 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 How much CPU used? So you want to see a graph like this. So you want to know, hey, at this point in time, this date, and this time, we have maximum spike in the CPU. Okay. So because in the x-axis there's a time, and y-axis you want to see CPU or storage or network traffic. Okay. So this is again time series graph, and here, guys, they provide you very quickly, but you have to select what you want in your y-axis. So here, if I select this one, CPU utilization, click here. As soon as you click, guys, automatically this graph will create for you. Okay, and here we can see the timeline. Right, just show me the graph of last 1 hour. So here they spread the graph of last 1 hour. So they show you per minute, per hour, per wise. This is the CPU spike, slow down, and again all the things they create the graph. Okay, for you. And by some they show you line graph. They have a lot of different level graph. You want to see the bar graph, pie graph, or number graph, depend upon your uses. So what kind of way you want to see? Okay, not way graph. Every data meant for bar and pie. So depend upon what dimension data you have, accordingly you can see the graph. Okay, and here you can refresh your data. So as the time goes, they keep on refreshing, and graph will auto refresh. So it's a real time kind of thing come up. Or either you refresh by yourself. This option, guys, is called auto refresh. So you click auto refresh and select the time. So after every 10 seconds, I don't have to click manually. My team will sit here and they start refreshing every 10 seconds. Okay, or you want to see two metrics here. Maybe I want to see my network in, my network out. So I can click here. So two graph or network out, and this graph come up. So now it's very clear mentioned here that at this point in time we have this much network out. Why? Because at this point in time, exactly according to this time zone, okay, you guys has hit my server like anything, and this much data has out from my server. Because you just request me is for in, and a lot of data goes out. So more out we had at this point. So around 2 MB data, because file is very small, that much data suddenly spiked to a system. Okay. So there's one thing you can see. So a lot of, guys, basic graphics things, very useful. Interesting thing is because CloudWatch has a capability to capture the data from the services, right? So after collecting data, they collect a lot of information from you called metrics. Now, based on the metrics, what kind of graph you want to create and construct, it will create for you either online or so a live graph or something like this. Okay, or those things you can do. So, guys, this is very quick thing about metrics. Okay, and here in the action, if you go, there's also, guys, called a dashboard. Okay, so after you select, you know, guys, this is a very common thing we have to watch every time. Okay, so rather than again every time you come here, search for EC2, click this metrics and select your time and everything. Every time you do, what can you do? You can put this guy into dashboard. It's something like this. So whenever, guys, you land to CloudWatch, so all the common activity that you normally do and check every day. So create one graph, second graph, third graph. So this graph for load balancer, this for ELB, this for multiple instances. Okay, you want to watch multiple instances also. So just create multiple graph and put in one big box, and this big box is called dashboard. and this box and panel is known as widget. So create multiple widgets. Every widget is providing different graphs. So for this, you have to create a dashboard. So just click here, click here to the dashboard, and just give the dashboard name. Let me create new. Let's say my dash. And which kind of widget you want to perform? Line, number, bar. Okay, so in this kind of example, I think line graph is better. So go for it. And I can say this widget is taking about this information, and maybe you can write here in California. Okay, so I'm putting my region name also just as a reference, but there's one more reason why I am just let me add. So why I'm giving a region name here, when I'm just tell you. So that's why creating the graph is so simple. Now in I have my own personal dashboard. They will show me one particular widget here. So this box is called widget. You can see in the top dashboard. In the dashboard, we have one dashboard. You can create a multiple dashboard. You can share your dashboard also. Okay, to whom you want to share this dashboard, you can start sharing and do the things, right? But right now, this one dashboard has a one widget, but you can create multiple widget. Every widget is doing something for you. Okay, so let's do one more quickly. I click here to create the widget. Now, which kind of widget you want to do? I say I want to create a pie graph. Okay. So what you want to do? You want to create a graph by typing the metrics. I say yes. You can create a graph from log also. That's what we discuss in a minute. And now, which metrics you want to collect? Let's say I want to do something again in EC2. Which metrics you want to collect here? Okay. So let's say I want to collect here about disk IO and all the things, or disk read IOPS. Okay, that's what I want to create here. Okay, so this information I want to create. Maybe maybe pie graph might not be useful for this data. Let me go for line graph. Maybe I have very straightforward line, but that's okay. Widget has been created. Now in the dashboard, we have to widget. So in the same go, guys, I can see this also activity, this also activity. Right? Not for this instance, for 10 instance learning, you can put all the instance here, and every instance will show you the graph. So you can monitor your database is having hit more hit, somebody has even less hit. So you can see this graph. A lot of things you can do here: duplicate, delete, refresh, change the graph type. So all the things you can do here. But the interesting thing, guys, here is right. If you create dashboard, it will give you capability to go global. What I mean by this? Okay, if you go for metrics here directly, it will by default take you to California. Okay, but let's say your global team, you have multiple instances, multiple regions, or multiple resources, you have multiple region. If you create a graph, or sorry, a dashboard, let me save the dashboard also. Okay, now this dashboard is globally available. What I mean by this, right now, if you go to, for example, Oregon, okay, if I go to Oregon and I will land it to Oregon CloudWatch services, okay, what do you guys see? Exactly same dashboard we have. If you see in the metrics, okay, there, guys, I don't have that metrics, right? So I have different metrics here. One of the service I use Kendra and TextRec in some of my AI classes or workshop, right? But that metrics not available here because different reason. But the dashboard that you create is globally available. So some of the critical widget you can create, and wherever admin go, they will see the dashboard everywhere. And there's guys, good practice to write tag name here that this is the CPU for Oregon, or this for North Virginia and Mumbai. So it is good practice to write. So dashboard is also a way to see the detail globally. So it's very important to know this point also here. Okay, so guys, I talk about matrices. I talk about dashboard, and otherwise it's pretty simple. If you want to explore some more options, you can explore very quickly. Okay, but now we have a capability to collect the metrics. And why I want to collect the metrics? One of the reasons I want to understand what is going on in my instance. But because sometimes it's very harder for human being to keep on monitoring here that we have sudden spike in the traffic and some kind of activity happening here. Okay, so we can monitor as a human being 24 hours. So there the role of alarm coming. So if you think some activity is very critical for you, for example, you think maybe this is the graph, and maybe this point in time we have suddenly spike in the CPU. We got to use 99% CPU at this point in time. Maybe suddenly have a huge traffic come up, or maybe some other program will get some other issues. My CPU goes 99%. At this point in time, that's okay, right? Because CPUs keep on up and down. That's very much okay. They will again go down. So it will not impact the performance. But if you think your CPU's key continue as 99% for last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it means there's some program is creating some problem in your OS. For last 10 minutes, they are continuous, or last 5 minutes, they continue at the 99% utilization. So it will finally impacting the performance, and to obviously the client also, they can see the issue. Okay, so that is not good. And it's not only one instance running, there are hundreds of instances running here. So what can we do? We can tell our CloudWatch, just keep on monitoring my CPU, and they keep on at the position of 99% or 90% above for continue for 10 minutes, which means there might be some issue. Okay, that time alarm, create the alarm. Okay, an alarm means do something. And here, one of the things that you can do, just contact to SNS service and notify me. Okay, notify me. There's some challenge. So accordingly, my team will go and check the issues and do some automation script. We can also maybe you can ask the alarm to connect to Lambda or some automation script or off service or work services like automation scripts. They will do further things for you. Okay, so here the role of, because we know the live metrics, then only, guys, we can take the help of alarm. Okay, this alarm I'm talking about. So right now I don't have an alarm because we haven't set yet, but we can create. Okay, so let me very quickly create the alarm. Before I create the alarm, let me first move to my guys, I'm going to one other services. I'm pending other services also because everything is connected all together. So I'll slowly explain multiple things. Then I will again go back to CloudWatch log, and there we integrate all those concepts together. Okay, so first of all, guys, my plan is to send the alarm to SNS because my plan is to send email and SMS. So SNS is service, it will help me to send the email and the emails. Okay, and for this, you have to first set up my SNS service. So what I'm going to do here, let me go to a service called SNS, simple notification service. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to configure this. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to configure a topic. Okay, so guys, here there's two terms in the SNS. One is topic and one is subscription. Okay, so what I mean by this, so let me create topic. Okay, let's first create it. Will, guys, you understand in a minute what the meaning of topic here. Okay, so so we have create topic, and let me go for the topic called standard. Like here you see in the standard we have an option called emails and SMSs, right, and some other things we also have. So let me go for standard. What I mean this topic in a minute. So let's say this is my topic for email. So there's some name I'm giving here. Okay, and anything extra? No. So this topic created. Okay, so this topic is created. Okay, and in this topic, what I'm going to do, I'm subscribing. Okay, so if I click on the subscribe, okay, and here, guys, they show you all the options what you want to do: email, you want to do SMS, and lots more things you can do here. So what are the meaning of this word here? Okay, so it is something like this. It is something like this. For example, I want, let's say we have some email. Okay, I want some of the service of AWS send an email. Here's some of the service, let's say CloudWatch. I want CloudWatch will send an email in my email address. So let's say, let me open my email address also over here. So I have some Gmail account to test this. And let's say I'm going to use the account, this one. If I know the password, let me check. No, I don't know. Okay, so this is the 1 minute. Guys, can you hold for a second, please? I just stop my. I don't have this account. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me check the other account. So I can show you this demo with proper output. Oh, I don't know. So let me use my account to show this. So what I'm going to do here. So my plan is to guys use ask the CloudWatch that you have to send the mail. I'm going to use some email ID of my account. Let's say Gmail. Okay. So that's all the plan. So who will send the mail? And it is also, you can think as a notification. So we have service called SNS. You can create your own mail server also. There's a different point, but SNS is a good, tightly integrated with all other services very well. Okay, so mostly guys, if you see some other services and wherever they have an option called send something or notification, SNS you see multiple time in other services also. So SNS is a great service that is connected to other service very well in AWS cloud. Okay, so this service here in the case CloudWatch, they say I would like to take the help from SNS. Okay, and SNS you will just help me to send the mail. Before this and before this, in the SNS, whatever the email ID you have or whatever mobile number you have to first go and connect yourself to the SNS. Obviously, you have to approve, right, that anybody can send the mail. This is your personal email ID. Okay, so you have to first go and approve yourself and approve this guy actually SNS and say I am ready to receive the notification or mail from you. Okay, or it is also known as you as an email ID. Let's say my email ID is Vimal. So you to just go to email ID and allow your email to get the mail from SNS service. Okay, so technique is called subscribe. So to subscribe your mobile number, your email ID, that I'm allowing this guy or subscribing this guy, whenever anybody any information they want to send to me or notification mail sent to me, they can send to me. Like this concept is called subscribe. That's what guys they are showing you here. So you have to subscribe. But now point here is in one SNS service, okay, you can create one subscription for your Gmail, okay, or maybe we have some more email ID from our different team. Okay, and obviously guys, let's say there's a team A, there's a team B email ID, and obviously guys, whatever the notification you want to send to team A, there's no meaning to send a same or notification to team B. They have a different application altogether. So let's say they have an Elastic Beans service running and they want to say anything happen in Elastic Beans, then send an SMS or notification to my email. So they also have to guys subscribe their email to SNS. But here who will help, okay, to differentiate that any issue, any SMS we want to, or any notification we want to send from CloudWatch, send to team A email ID. Any issues from Cloud Elastic Beans of this app, send this notification to this subscription B. So guys, here the role of topic coming. Okay, topic is the one that will differentiate. So I'll ask this CloudWatch that you just go and this concept is called publish your notification to this topic. That's a topic number A. And in the topic will tell anything published to you, asked to you to do, you have to send that information to this subscription. We can create one more topic, would be, for example. I will tell to this service, or this for instance, anything thing happened to you and you want to use SNS, so you have to publish your your points, your notification to this topic. Okay, and this topic will actually internally subscribe by this email. So finally, they will send over here. Okay, so technically, this is the way it works. So these services, guys, who want to send something to SNS, they have to publish, and anything that come in this topic, okay, they will notify right to that email ID that subscribe to this particular, like this is called pub sub model, publisher, also publish and subscribe model they work. And interesting thing, guys, the benefit of this publish subscribe is at same point in time in this topic we can subscribe with email, we can subscribe with one more email, one SMS, or some APIs. So maybe, guys, I want as soon as my Elastic Beans instance goes down, we publish here, it goes down, and they will notify all the guys who subscribe to the email, this SMS, this API, and this API. Or this API maybe or one of the API of my mobile app, one of the API of my other software, one of the API of other automation tool. So this API has some program, they will do whatever the program will do. So it will this way, guys, it will also help you in automation. So in PubSub model, the good thing is one topic, multiple things, multiple different points we can subscribe. Okay, so but your actual service has to only publish to one guy, and they will take care that where they have to notify on all the points, or technically also known as all the endpoints. Okay, so let me again come back to this point, guys. This is, guys, we have to first create topic. This topic we created. So my CloudWatch will publish to this topic and hand it over and say, my duty is done. I'm a CloudWatch. My duty is done. I'm the CloudWatch. Now I provided to you the information or the notification alarm. I create alarm to you. Now you decide where you want to send the notification. And for this, in your topic, we have to subscribe. And right now I don't have a subscription here. So I click on a subscription over here and say which protocol you understand. It's called endpoint. So you go for Lambda service also, email, HTTPS, like API, SMS, whatever you want to select. So here I'm going for email. So which email endpoint means which email you want to send. For example, I'm going to use my email ID and my Gmail email ID. Okay, to send. So technically it's something like this. We are subscribing, or I can say this email ID is subscribing for an SMS. To SNS. Okay, so in this topic, where am I in right now? In this topic, they come up with any notification, they will send to. That's the meaning of this subscription. Okay, so I create. Obviously, guys, I'm setting this thing in AWS. So obviously, it won't directly send a mail to me. They are waiting for my approval. My email ID, when it approved, then only they can send the mail. So if I go to my topic again, so inside this topic, how many guy is subscribed? Okay, so only one guy is subscribed, but they are pending. But this time, guys, they send a mail to my email address. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I get a very simple, quick mail from AWS SNS service. It's not visible to you, but I got a mail. It's written here AWS notification subscription. Okay, subscription, and they show me one link to subscribe. So if I open and again share to you, so this is the mail. Right now I received 10 minutes ago, and they say this is the topic. Which want to subscribe your email ID? You want to confirm? I say yes. Confirm. Okay, it's confirmed. Now this service can have a capability to send the mail. Okay, and even though go here and and refresh this page. Let me refresh from here. You see, guys, now this guys has my email address is subscribe. So it's confirmed. It means anybody who contact to SNS for this topic, they have multiple topics, and send some information to this topic. This topic will send a notification to all the subscriptions they have. Only I have one, but they have more. You can get more subscription in this. So email, SMS, or API call, they will do everything for. Or maybe Lambda function to run. Okay, maybe I want something happen, or maybe my Lambda function will go and run and do something for me. So multiple subscription you can do. This is called, guys, a pub sub model. So my service will subscribe. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. So one of the service I'm going to see here, use here, is called CloudWatch. So I go to my CloudWatch and say, CloudWatch, you know the metrics of multiple things. Okay, so I won't just keep on monitoring, let's say CPU utilization or maybe network traffic. Okay, and when you see traffic go above this point for 5 minutes to 1 minute, 2 minutes, okay, then create an alarm. Means notify something, and for this, contact to SNS or contact to one of the topic organizations. That's how it works. So for this, I have to go to my CloudWatch. Okay, and I'm the alarm. I don't have an alarm, so I click on create the alarm. And here, guys, obviously they're talking about which monitor I have to check. Okay, and wait for threshold. Means they go above this point, then I will create an alarm for you. So you have to ask for select the metrics. And here, guys, I don't want to. I have in California. So let me go first to California first, because right now metrics is there in the California. Okay, so let me again go back. So here, guys, I don't have any. Sorry, why again they landed to Oregon? So let me select. And here I have again same metrics come up. EC2 I'm using right now, for instance. And let's say I want you watch packet out. That's the one metrics you watch. Okay, that's what I want. You watch here. And if you see, I'm selecting this. Okay, because they show you the current status of something. So they show you this what already happened. Okay, so here they show this is the metrics we have from this particular OS of this name. What do you want? So I want to do one thing. Just keep on checking the network packet in and out. Okay, and what I want to monitor per 5 minute basis, period of 5 minutes of 1 minute, right? Let me go for 1 minute. And in 1 minute, okay, if you see the average, or maybe, guys, you can go for sum. Okay, multiple things you can write here, sum, average, or mean. So I say in 1 minute, if my average of my network out is greater than this value. Okay, so here, guys, you can write a condition. If it's greater than, for example, so maybe, guys, here for this point in time, my value is around 783. What are the unit they have? Okay, but what I want, if my traffic from now onwards is go above 60 number, what a unit they have. Okay, or maybe in the CPI it's go about, let's say, 50%, again 50, whatever unit they support that of this metrics. Okay, but now onwards, if my traffic go above 600, not in the one shot, maybe suddenly they go up. Okay, but just keep on waiting continuous for 1 minute. If they are above 600 only, it means there's continuous, somebody's doing maybe a DOS attack or something happening. So this is not good for my instance. So I want to be notified. Guys, here's as soon as you put 600, automatically this line draw. Right now, this current point in time, I'm very down to this line. I'm over here. But this red line means this is my threshold. Okay, above this, okay, my alarm will start. It's called trigger. When they go above blue line. Okay, and here I set for 1 minute. And I have one data point. One data point means I have only one one matrix to check. Okay, so I'm just checking only for one matrix. That's called one data point. Okay, and this line is drawn with one data point only. Okay, this here, all the blue bubbles here is the data points. So continue for 1 minute. If my traffic is above this red line, okay, and that is obviously this the graph is our average, then my alarm buzz, or it is also known as trigger. Okay, and then they notify. So for this, let me go next. So how they notify? And guys, that is called action. So they will do some action only if they go about 600 unit for continue for 1 minute. Then only they do some action. Now, for action, they contact to auto scaling service like ASG that we discussed, or they do something about off center. It's like a configuration management services like Ansible or something like this, right? Or they want to contact to SNS. So here my plan is to contact to SNS. Okay. So here I say I want to action, right? Only when I'm in alarm state. Because there's 3 state of alarm. Okay, insufficient, and in alarm. Okay, so what's the difference? Insufficient means my CloudWatches keep on collecting the metrics, but they don't have sufficient information to take some decision. They say this is called insufficient data. So initially, guys, when you create a metrics first time, or alarm first time, initially they show you insufficient data. After have the sufficient data on this, they can, for example, if I ask them to send a SMS at interval 5 minutes, but they say it's 5 minutes not done. How can I check this? After 5 minutes, I can decide, right? Is my data is about 600 or not? So that time is called insufficient. Okay means everything is going okay, but we don't have any condition. So by default, guys, is always okay. Like alarm means that's what we're looking for. So anything that's go above our threshold, our limit, whatever we planned, then only I trigger the alarm. That's what I wanted. Okay, so we want our state to be in alarm means they are alarming, they are buzzing, they're saying I want trigger. And for trigger, to want to contact SNS. Okay, either you can create your own topic from here, but topic is already created. So we click here, click here, your topic name come up, select the existing SNS topic. This topic is not coming up because I think by chance I put created this topic in a region called what I said, organ region. So by chance I clicked it there. So let me check very quickly. Yes, I was created in organ. So let me again very quickly do the same thing. I'm doing in the California. So either you create from this portal. I don't have any topic here. Is a new, or maybe here they have option to create a new topic. So directly from here you can create. Here they give you topic name. Either you can change you can create your own. Let's say my topic for web, and here I can choose your email ID. So I'm again choosing the same email ID of mine. So I'm subscribing this email ID. Okay, so you can create from here also whatever you want. Okay, and that's all. I can say create topic. So they will do the same thing here. What I did from there. They also show me the link, or maybe I can go here. If I refresh, okay, you can see this topic automatically created. In a minute, we'll see, and automatically this topic will subscribe to this email. Obviously, this is again in the difference, and I want to subscribe email. They will send a mail. So I go to again my email ID. Again, new mail just come up. I click on approval, means confirm subscribe. Okay, and my subscription done. Okay, so pretty much simple and straightforward. So it's been approved. Okay, and that's all. And this part is done. So alarm has been set. So depending, guys, what you want to monitor, there's a main key. Okay, but if you don't have the metrics, how can you do anything? And that's what, guys, the role of CloudWatch metrics coming by. So very powerful service is metric services that has a capability. Anybody who know Prometheus, Okay, something Prometheus will do. Prometheus is also meta metrics database. Okay, so for one powerful server, they also have a capability to retrieve the metrics and store the metrics. So you can compare, guys, CloudWatch with a Prometheus service. So Prometheus is one open source product. That's what they also do for you, that you can install in your own premises. Okay, and alarm name. Let's say my alarm for web for network something. Okay, so this is the alarm name you created. Right. So you don't have to, guys, keep on monitoring continuously. And they're showing me the preview. So what a critical thing for you, just create an alarm and that thing happen. Automatic CloudWatch alarm or trigger the things and update you so you can do the appropriate action. Either I know, guys, this is insufficient because it is insufficient. Right now they start monitoring, and because we say for 1 minute, so they keep on collecting the 1 minute data, then only they can decide, okay, this my packet is above 600 now. So they keep on collecting, and and then they say, okay, everything going good, but if my data point go above, this line will go above above red for 1 minute continuously, 1 minute continuously, then they trigger the then they send the notification. Okay, for these, guys, what can you do? Again, you hit my server, you know my IP address, hit my server with some pages and keep on doing, run some DOS attack, keep on running some script with curl, with while loop, infinite loop. We tried, means a lot of packet will go out from a server as a network out. And obviously, if you guys keep on doing, everybody's doing, a lot of guys over here. So obviously, guys, if you keep on doing for 1 minute, I have a huge load. Okay, and continues for 1 minute my CloudWatch monitor. Okay, and this is continuous for 1 minute. I have the huge load. Okay, and then they will alarm. But guys, here I say 1 minute, but technically this is the instance are running in EC2. EC2, guys, will provide data after 5 minutes only by chance, because I haven't enabled detail monitoring there. It was not SS free service. So by chance, EC2 will provide the information after 5 minutes. So they can see only after 5 minutes. Then they populate this graph properly. Okay, and they see continue for 1 minute. We have this much traffic goes out in this instance. So they will send the email. Okay, so just, you guys, keep on doing, keep on running. And then you see the automation part of this one. Here also we can see, obviously, this page I already showed to you. So you can see, guys, network traffic out of this time. Okay, but they will only monitor they will only provide after 5 minute data. So after 5 minutes, you come to know what happened. Okay, so by the meantime, guys, they will populate and this graph come up. Okay, come up, then we'll see how trigger work. So now come back to our topic called CloudWatch log. Okay, so I explained this topic by chance. We have this topic in our program, CloudWatch and alarms. I show you how to set up, and every bit I explain to you. Now understand one thing. So summary of this topic is, if you want to do something, you should have the information. That's called metrics. And almost all the main metrics is by default provided by AWS, by CloudWatch metrics per service. Okay, but there's some metrics, okay, might not be available that you're looking for. Okay, that you're looking for, because this is very much this is very much use per use case wise. Obviously, AWS, guys, doesn't know what your personal custom use case. Okay, so those metrics you have to create. just for example, if I go to, guys, here now the graph come up, and if it is there for 1 minute, and I believe what for 1 minute already happened. How I know? Because I seen the alarms here. All the alarm buzzing is there. You see, guys, here alarm done. Right, and if you click here, they say alarm. Right, we see continue for 1 minute, about network traffic out for this much time. So we had done one action. Okay, means we have done one action, and by chance my action is connected to SNS. So we see this alarm in the bottom. They show you detail. They say we sound some threshold. It's something go above this of a network packet. We send the alarm. If you go down, they show you the history and they say we have taken one action. Okay, and we successfully executed alarm to this topic. We ask them to send the alarm to this topic on and this SNS. And this topic, guys, is associated with and subscribe with the email. So finally, they send an email. So it means if I go right now, maybe sometime they might take some extra second minute, maybe sometime. But so if I go to my, I stop sharing my screen, and if I go to my email here. So right now, guys, I haven't get any mail, but I seen sometime they in some minute, sometimes they're very quick. You will see the email, right? So in my case, it is not received yet, but it will come. But yeah, according to the portal, they see something happen and they trigger the alarm. Okay, so it also, guys, they also update you something happened. So this is the whole and soul idea. Okay, whole and soul idea how the alarm and concept work. Okay, now come back to our this topic. That's the main topic why I explained this all these things to you. Okay, so there's some use case where what we are looking for, that information is not available, means that matrix is not available. For example, you're looking for CPU utilizer, that is available by AWS. If you're looking for network in and out, that is available. Okay, but let's say you're looking for some information or some metrics about something that is not available because that is your custom use case. Just for example, if I go to my log group again, guys, I'm coming back to this topic the way I started. Okay, if I go to this log group, okay, if I go to my log stream, and guys, here what I'm looking for, I found something somebody is doing and trying to access my this page again and again, or somebody from this IP is doing some attack again and again. Okay, or maybe any other use cases, maybe. Okay, so what I want, I want to collect this information. Okay, and after collect this information, I store this information in some variable, and that variable, guys, is known as metrics. Because this is our use case. I know this is my IP. I know this is my page. So I know what I'm looking for, what information I'm looking for. So here, guys, this is the case where you can create your own metrics. That's called custom metrics. And because these metrics, you can like think like a variable. You can give your own variable name, but the value would be that you decide. You say I'm looking for this IP, and whenever this IP hit again, just store these information metrics. And why I want to store in the metrics? Because now we know, okay, we can take the something help from metrics, we can create an alarm. So I don't have to manually monitor, right? I can tell my CloudWatch alarm and say, just now keep on looking about this metrics. And when you see again this time, this guy again come, or this value again come, okay, send the notification to me. Or maybe I can say, if this IP keep on hitting me for 20 times in a minute, or 100 times in a minute, maybe DOS attack, maybe. So just send the alarm to me. Or not alarm, just contact to firewall service and block that as automation. So anything you can do, because you know, guys, in the subscription we have an API also have, or S3 also have, Lambda also we have. So on the fly we can take some action. So lots of this kind of strategy planning you can do. So this is here the role of custom metrics coming in. Okay, so right now, guys, if you see in the metrics, you have only these one metrics, and there's no option called custom metrics because these are metrics from AWS. But there's no option here to custom metrics because we haven't created yet. But if I go here, okay, if I go here in my log group, okay, and there's option, guys, here called metrics filter. Or maybe if I go here, there's option called in the top called create metric filter. Okay, so what I'm doing here in the metric filter, I don't have any metrics. So I click on metric filter, means I'm going to create a matrix. How? Based on filter. Filter means I'm looking for this IP, or I'm looking for some value. I'm looking for some file name. Okay. So I click on metric filter. And guys, here they talk about from where you get the data. So I have the data over here. So in the guys log data, this data come up. Okay, this data come up. And now in this data, guys, what are you looking for? Okay, you're looking for this IP, you're looking for hello sir or earth learner or women sir, something maybe great mentor. Okay, something like this. So based upon which, so you have to create a pattern, guys. And then here the role of regex come in play. A regular expression come in play. Obviously, in this training, I'm not going to discuss here or the regex, but here the role of a regex come in play. And they also give you some example of regex. To make it so simple, what I'm going to do, I'm just putting 404. This is a value. Okay, value. So anywhere you find 404, maybe in IP, by chance, I'm looking for 404 page not found. So anybody who is doing hit on page that is that is page not available, or you can get some more pattern. Pattern means regex. We can find guys regex, or maybe guys in my Python classes, in my ISRIs will talk a lot about regex. So what are regex you see here, there you put here and your pattern created. So technically, what I'm doing here, I'm going to create a new matrix, and I'm saying new matrix. Your value is 404. Actually, not value is 404. Look in this data. Look in this data. Calculate how much time 404 come up. Even though we can test also. But click here, and here, guys, let me tell you, out of 50 event, we have 22 match found. Means 22 times we have 404 in this data by chance. Okay, so technically, so what is matrix? I'm going to create. So I'm going to run a program. This is called pattern. And pattern, what I'm going to do, I'm telling the pattern that keep on searching our data and calculate the total, and that is the value. A matrix name you can give anything over here. Okay, so here in this case, by chance the value is 22. Okay. Or because now my matrix know my value is 22, then I can go for alarm and say whenever you see value more than 50 or 100, continue for 10 minutes. Okay, then there might be possibility somebody is doing attack. So that's what we can do here. So click on next. Here they can create your filter name, the filter you're going to create. So let's say my 404 filter, just a name. But important thing is pattern, right? Pattern is the one who will searching and looking for data, what you want to search. Okay, and here you can give metric name, say my custom metric for 404. So now guys, this first time we are creating our custom metrics. Enter namespace. Okay, namespace like a you can create a lot of metrics, so you can put the metrics in one box. So let's say my namespace just a name. So this is one folder they create, and in this custom folder they put your metrics. Okay, enter value. Let me start with value. There's no meaning, but they will update this value afterwards. So they put 22 or whatever value come up. Okay, so this way, guys, you can create your custom metrics. Okay, and let me go next. Okay, and that's all your custom metrics created. So CloudWatch guys provide you a lot of metrics like CPU, whatever they know, but they don't know what you want further. So here, guys, they give you option. Now, if you click on metrics, you can see, guys, one new folder come up, and it's called namespace. And this is the namespace name we give. Namespace like a folder, custom. So these are the AWS namespaces, means whatever the metrics they provide. Okay, for reference service, these are the metrics we create. If you click here, in this matrix, we just created one matrix. The name of matrix is my matrix 44. And right now, if I click here, the graph automatically come up. And let me create a graph for last 2 hours. Okay, graph come up. And because this is a matrix, they only give you a number, so maybe some dots normally come up. I don't know. It's like maybe sometime, so that dot will come up. About right. So now, because now matrix is created, let me stop auto scaling maybe. So maybe so guys, sometimes guys you will see they're collecting the information maybe, but normally you see one single dot come up means how much traffic is transferred. Okay, and now matrix is created. Now you can use alarm. Okay, so what can you do? Now you can create the alarm. So in the log group, this is my log group name. And now we have the matrix. Okay, so this is a matrix we had created. If you click here, now they will give you the option called alarm. Okay, this again same page come up the way I created the alarm mode. And here they will ask you the same thing. Ask you the same thing. Guys, here now they have did right. This so this dot because we have only one dimension. One dimension, two dimensions. We have say only to count number. So this go one dimension. The one dimension guys normally come with dot. Let's say blue dot. And right now this point in time which have this much 404 filter. And now what I'm doing, I'm asking this guy to keep on checking for 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, and in the 30 second, okay, sum in totality, this is sum statistics I'm using or mean or average. And if the sum goes above let's say 50, there's my maximum limit threshold. This line come or 50 obviously they're already up. Let's say 500. Okay, greater than equal to all the things you can write here. Oh, this one I already have more than 500. Let me search for let's say 2000. So I'm here, but in 30 seconds, if I got more than 2404 error, then there's some fishy here. Somebody is going to attack on the site, or unwanted. They're trying to impact your web server by a 404 error because my metrics is based on this 404 searching, and just go and check. Okay, means it's just alarm. Okay, and click next. And here I just want to send a SNS on the topic that I already created, same topic I'm using, and send the alarm to this guy. Okay, so let's say web 404 alarm. That's all. Now, guys, they keep on checking the period of 30 seconds and continue 30 seconds, continues in 30 seconds. If we have a peak of about 2404 error, okay, so they will send the alarm. So technically, if you see here now, in the entire process, right? So that's now is very interesting, very much useful, right? We have EC2 instances, have the web server, we put the agent there who send the log to CloudWatch log. Okay, but as IT guys, we have a different requirement. So I want my CloudWatch metrics and say I have a certain requirement. Just keep on looking at the log and looking for 404 some kind of pages or some kind of IP address. Just go and look for these things and retrieve those information and store in some custom variable called metrics. And after you have this information, I will create alarm, and this guy is checking, or my custom metrics keep on checking. And when they find something happen, whatever we want to check, they send the alarm, and my alarm will send to SNS or something like this, and they send to email. No, so very fantastically, way it has been designed and planned, and we can also configure this the way it is, the way it has been created for. Okay, so very interesting demo. It is. Okay, and after some time, you'll see if you guys are hitting my site. So I don't know where I created, but you will see alarm will come up. Okay, and so if you're hitting my site, then you will I got a mail in my account. Okay, so this is the use of alarm services, dashboard, log, and metrics. Event is also something like this, but with different use cases we might discuss in the future. But these are the main some services I've talked about with practical. As such, we have a quick discussion on our program. Maybe some is practical, but I just want to try to show you practical in this form. One more very quick thing, just wanted to tell you. Yesterday, guys, we have talked about Athena. Athena, guys, normally is a analytics tool. I told you yesterday, and they will pick the data from S3 by design. Okay, but Athena, we have a connectors. They have also a capability to get the data, okay, as a data source from CloudWatch log. Okay, so they have a capability to get the data from here. So if you want to collect the data from different data source, click here, and here they have option for CloudWatch log also. Because in the CloudWatch we also have a data. Have to click next. Right here they talk about right what lambda function to use and configure and some more things. So because you have to use lambda function to retrieve, from that data source, that's a different point, right? But this is extra information I just want to tell you. They also support a different data source. Technically, they meant for S3 only, but nowadays they have a different data source. Either they direct connect or they use lambda function. They will filter the data and provide to you. Okay, something like this. So, so multiple guys information I explained to you, very important for real world perspective, and this topic is again very important, guys, for exam perspective, also for CSA or for developer exam. Okay, so that's all from my side. Try to create your custom metrics based upon your requirement, and same thing for memory also, because we have agent by AWS that you install on the top of EC2 instances. That agent will retrieve the memory information and send to custom metrics. So memory metrics they don't have due to some reason. Okay, technical reason we have. The hypervisor never able to understand your memory. This is one of the reason. So we can install the agent on the top of each instance of memory. You can find CloudWatch agent for memory, RAM, and that agent will retrieve the information and send to CloudWatch as a custom metrics. There's also one of the use case of custom metrics. Okay. So any question, guys, if you have till now, you guys can ask me. Yes, Raghav, we have a huge difference between data lake and data warehouse. Maybe I'll definitely try in my upcoming class to tell you about the difference. No, Devans, I don't agree with this point. Actually, by chance, this is a very different discussion over here in this cloud class. So, Devans, what you're saying, Gita says the attachment to physical object make soul impure. I don't agree with this point. This is not actually the Gita say. Okay, so the topic they was showing, telling you in Bhagavad Gita about attachment of physical object in a different context altogether. Okay, so just try to understand with a different context, you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So